Thank you for joining me again on Walk With Me Tarot. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so very much for your support. I truly appreciate it as this channel is new and beginning to grow. So I am grateful for you. I do appreciate any comments below. If you like, please hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to try to do some new different things every time. So again, I do appreciate all comment suggestions in the comment box. So this reading is going to be for Gemini. This is going to be May 21st to June 20th. This is my air sign Gemini. This will be a collective reading. Please take what resonates and what does not. Leave that on the table for someone else. Alright, so we're going to start. The first card that I have here for you, Gemini, is the Seven of Swords. There we go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. It's the Seven of Swords card that I have for you, and this is the card that can indicate deception or trickery. Sneakery, I call it. Sorry about that. But deception or trickery is this card here. And that's the Seven of Swords. Okay, it means you almost feel like getting away with something. You see that he snuck in to get what he needed. And now he's sneaking on out. Can be a card of strategy for some as well. But it's using and being grateful for the resources that you do have. Okay. And it's the nature of being real. Like, make sure you're not deceiving yourself about the nature. You're being sneaky. Let me look and see what this is. What are we being sneaky about? So to me, this card feels like it's a card of strategy more than anything. I feel like you're trying to find a way to either deal with a situation or get out of it. It's almost using a strategy to get out of this situation. And you're trying to look at it clearly and do what you have to do to get out of it, of the situation. Because right after that I see a Four of Swords, which is, it means it's time for like a deep rest. So this can be a job, it can be a relationship, but I feel like it's time to find a strategy or a way out. Taking that time out to rest. Because I feel like there's a lot of burnout happening right here. It's that healing, recuperation, rest that's necessary. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still holding the Seven for the Four of Swords here. So it's that definite recuperation, rest. I almost feel like that strategy, like you're being forced to rest in some way, like it's being required to rest, or some kind of a needed break here, a pause in the mind, because some of that strategy that was going on may burnt up a lot of energy there. Yeah, this is definitely about getting that rest, because you're moving from Seven of Swords silently and quickly away from something, but you're definitely needing a rest. I'm almost feeling like this is a definite job of some sort, that you're needing to take a moment out. There is a burnout going on, some releasing some old wounds, taking time. This can be in a relationship as well. I can see how trying to strategize or figure out how you can get away that can definitely play a part. Because you definitely need this rest. Whatever this is going on, you need time to recuperate. Let the universe just basically blanket you with kindness and self-care and that all-important, necessary recuperation. Because right up here we have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is a card of new ideas here. So right after all that rest, once you get away from the situation that is causing you to to use that energy to try to quietly get away, then you're going to definitely come up with these ideas after you rest. That's the beauty of taking time away. Sometimes we sit in a situation so long we don't even realize that it's burning us out. Like our mind, we can't even think. You ever sit there at a desk sometime and we're like, I can't even think what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes you just burn out. You need that rest. When you come home and you plop in your chair and you just sit there, you're probably a little burnt out. Need some rest there. But this one is definitely about getting those ideas after that period of self-care and rest. This is inspiration coming to you, as you can see. It's illumination. The ideas are coming. The beads of knowledge floating around right there. The beads of inspiration floating around. It's a lot of creativity, so stay open to receive this inspiration. A lot of new insight. So if you were on a path that felt that it was wearing you down, take that time out, rest, recoup, let your mind heal, because as you let it heal, you're going to open up to these new ideas that are coming your way, the divine downloads from the universe that's going to create a new path for you. Going to create a new path when you take that time off to rest and let that inspiration come to you, because sometimes, like I said, we can get in a situation we don't even realize that it's draining us emotionally. We blame it on everything else outside when it's that situation. Sometimes that's the main issue. Trust and believe, I'm in that spot right now. I know exactly what that's like. So taking that time to rest and getting a clear vision of where you want to go, just that healing is necessary, and then that inspiration comes to you. And sometimes that happens when you let go. The situation is causing you that much upheaval and distress where you got to figure out how to get through it at any means, then it's definitely time for a new beginning. And I feel like even this ideas are coming, but there's still I can't see it. I just can't see. Why do I feel like this is a job? I totally feel like it is a job, and you can't see how you can get out of it. I know a lot of people are in that situation right now with all this changes happening in the world. A lot of shift happening. A lot of restructuring, I guess should be saying, is happening. So a lot of people are feeling left out because they're not a part of that structure. Now they're having to find ways to go ahead and create that new reality for them. And sometimes we're stuck in those positions where we don't understand. In order to do that, you have to take that chance, especially if you're so burnt out that it's causing you so much anxiety and stress, because you definitely can't get clear downloads when your mind is in that kind of chaotic motion. So the next one you have for you, Gemini, thank you for that part. So we already completed with your Five of Cups there. And like I said, this seems like it's a journey. There's a lot of this, like a strategic, I want to say maybe some deception. Maybe you're not giving the whole truth. Maybe that's why you're stressed out about what's going on, because you're not being given the clear picture. So you're trying to figure this out in a way that's causing you a lot of wear and tear, and you need to rest. Okay, so it can be a relationship too. I see that as well. That we can be a relationship, but this is causing you so much stress, and it's almost feel like because a lot of emotional regret. I feel like there's a lot of regret going on with this as well. But then you have the Queen of Cups here, and that's going to help clarify that strategic energy there, because you're kind of showing that you're going inward, trying to use emotional intelligence to figure out how to get out of this situation. You're not trying to just run. You are trying to think clearly. Maybe it is how can I, leave the situation and get another job, or, another home, wherever it is that you're trying to focus on here as far as moving in a different direction. And that's what that Seven of Swords is, that strategy, moving in a different direction. And a lot of times it's to save yourself. To save yourself. So you're using that higher emotional intelligence, and you're leading with your heart, and you're listening from cues from your heart. Okay, and this will help guide you. Open that third eye, and that comes with that rest. You open that third eye and see clearly your situation, and maybe even a solution, exit strategy as necessary, so that you can find that peace that you're looking for, Gemini. And then that Queen of Cups, like I said, that connections to the earth and to her higher self definitely will give her ability to listen to her heart and trust her intuition. Because we have the Page of Wands after that. Look at all this new, after all that resting, listening to your heart and grounding, you have this newfound inspiration again, this young childhood inspiration, this energy of anything can happen. It's coming now. A new skill or passion you might have to start in order to move forward in this next phase that you're going through, coming out that burnout situation. And then you find, you just find that energy and you ground your ambitions and you start moving forward because you have this potential to manifest the life you want to. It's all about figuring out and then how to implement those ideas that you're trying to put in. And that's where you were trying to use that strategy to figure out how to get out of the situation and move to the next part of it. Hopefully find some peace in that, whether it's job, whether it's relationships, family, however it is, finding that peace, because this is that free spirit energy here that I'm seeing, that, you know, that definite potential. When you're a kid, I'm gonna be a cowboy, you can be anything you want to, you know, there's no limits. And that's that kind of energy you need here coming out of this period of rest. And you have a lot of creativity coming to you, a lot of downloads. So that's a beautiful thing happening. You also have a Seven of Cups showing here, and that's some opportunities coming as those new ideas come through you. You might see, again, because of that third eye opening, opportunities, solutions, pathways opening up, giving you new direction of where to go. And you're finding out that you have choices here, a lot of options when you didn't think that you did in the beginning. So you're just trying to decide, and then you don't have a full picture is what you're trying to do, and you're trying to still make these decisions but you're also trusting your intuition to lead you forward, because that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. When those opportunities come, we don't know the ending, but we got to trust and make a decision and not be afraid or overwhelmed of making the wrong choice. Because if you're doing it from your heart, true intention and purpose, it's going to work for you. However you see that situation, either it's going to teach you that didn't work, let me move here, or it's going to definitely open a door and give you more avenues and more opportunities to move forward. But you got to trust yourself in this one and not give in to fear because we get overwhelmed. Because when you do trust yourself and not give in, and then you get that Nine of Cups energy where the gifts in the universe. It's funny how we have the Five of Cups here where I'm feeling sorry and kind of self-pity and look at me, to the Nine of Cups energy just by getting ourselves moving, finding that inner connection, and then connecting to that joy and passion that brings us so much fulfillment in our lives. Because it seems like you're moving from that journey again, coming from a chaotic situation, and you're going to follow it by rest. And then after that, it's going to be a lot of new beginnings. But you have to trust yourself, because you don't want this to end in more emotional regret, which it can if you're not being honest with yourself about this particular situation. Because it sounds like it's more than more than you need. And in that case, you probably need to, again, hopefully finding a way to exit so that you can listen more to your intuition and your creative ideas. So you're just moving from that journey and more into like intuitive understanding, and this is happening toward a like passionate or creative new idea. So your intuition is definitely sparking, and it's navigating different options. And then you finally reach a state of efficiency when you completely are honest and truthful with yourself. So it sounds like for me, Gemini, that you're coming from some situation here where you're moving quietly, maybe even sneakily in some sorts, but whatever you have to do to move past the situation, because I definitely feel there's a lot of burnout here. It's a lot of burnout. And it's definitely time to take that rest, much needed break. Let your mind rest, body rest, heal, and then move forward with that inspiration. I feel like as you're healing, as you're taking that time to truly rest, those ideas are going to come to you and you're going to be able to take action. Okay, don't look back on what happened at this last situation. Don't let that be the template for what you use to go forward. Okay, so focus on that inspiration, your passion. Take time to love on you a little bit more, because like I said, it's not worth it, whatever's causing this kind of burnout. You need time to go definitely heal, because there are some successful endings here coming for you, but only when you take time to get away from that situation. However, or get through that situation strategically, and then move toward that success of which I show is Nine of Cups. And that's the gifts from the universe. That's gratitude, abundance, and stepping into complete alignment when you do that. So I feel like whatever it is you're doing is definitely not an aligned position, because anything that's causing you burnout is not aligned with your spirit at this time, and rest is definitely necessary in order to open your mind and receive those downloads from the universe that's going to lead you to those blessings that you're so wanting to see. It might be a little detours along the way, but that again depends on how we're looking at it prospectively, because that energy we put out comes back. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. This again was a reading for Gemini, the sign of Gemini, collective reading. And again, I thank you for joining me. Please push that like button and subscribe as I grow the channel. I want to come up with more ideas and new ways of doing readings, and even introduce myself more as I continue on. I just hope you give me the opportunity. But I thank you again for taking your time to listen to me, and I'm sending positive energy to you. Thank you.